Hello there, I'm Sophia from EPAM. Welcome to our Pensions Powered by Salesforce showcase. I'm going to be giving you a real-world flavor of how to leverage Salesforce Financial Services Cloud in the world of pensions. Are you ready? In this showcase, we are going to give you a flavor of 3 real-world scenarios using Salesforce for pension servicing and sales. Firstly, a retirement planning and advice use case for members of workplace schemes or individuals, for members aged 55 and over. Secondly, a pensions annuities use case for members who are closer to retirement and looking at their annuities options on the open market. Then thirdly, a contact center use case for members and financial advisors calling and sending emails, where we will showcase Salesforce integrated with telephony, email, and AI. Let's have a quick look first at Salesforce Financial Services Cloud. At the base of the Salesforce pyramid, you have Standard Sales and Service Cloud. Then, with Financial Services Cloud, also known as FSC, you get the next layer up, a data model designed specifically for financial services firms. Above that, a layer of out-of-the-box functionality and pre-built workflows unique to FSC. Then 2 layers of insight, intelligent dashboards and reports built for financial services, as well as digital experiences for members and intermediaries designed to automate business processes. Finally, at the top of the pyramid, an ecosystem of third-party partners typically integrated with FSC, such as KYC platforms, electronic signature and document generation tools, and financial planning and risk rating tools. Let's start with our pensions advice use case. A pension provider provides free, personalized information, as well as paid-for retirement advice to individual members who are over 55. When nearing retirement, the provider proactively contacts members offering free information about pension options, including signposting to the government's Money Helper service. Let's dive into the Salesforce demo. So here we are in Salesforce FSC in our retirement planning app. The app is designed for both a contact center pension advice triage team and for pension advisors who provide paid-for retirement advice. We are viewing a member's record with a pensions 360-degree view of Iona, who lives in Edinburgh. We can see at a glance in the top section key information, including her age, previously captured consent flag, a hand icon showing she has vulnerabilities relevant for consumer duty. We also see she has previously triggered an AML flag during onboarding and she has 1 open complaint. We can also see unique to FSC features such as life events, showing her planned retirement date and a curious goal to buy a Scottish castle after retirement. So let's walk through what we can see and do for Iona in her quest for retirement information and regulated advice. Iona has gone through the retirement planning journey on 3 occasions, paying £1,000 for pensions advice plus free personalised information. She's had 4 prior appointments, powered by Salesforce Scheduler, 4 fact finds and an advisor presentation. Her assets and liabilities were captured through the fact find. She's also made 2 complaints that need careful handling. She has 2 pension policies, a workplace pension with Standard Life valued at $350,000 and a $150,000 SIP. The SIP information was provided during the fact find in considering pension consolidation, and we can see maximum tax-free cash available from age 55. She has multiple health and social vulnerabilities previously declared, which shape the member support she gets. Then on to income. Many pension providers would not have all this data, but in the course of the fact find, Iona provided up-to-date employment and rental income. Now on to data protection and consent. Prior consents are tracked and available to control marketing activity. Let's zoom into Iona's financials in this tab. We see a graphical summary of her pensions and other financial data with clickable records down below of her full financial picture. We can see individual records for drill down of all financial elements, with a full and easily trackable audit trail to identify sources of data, with the ability to track which user updated what data and when. Here in the right-hand pane, we see a full activity timeline of interactions with Iona, We have a history of meeting records, along with previous phone and video appointments with advisors. Let's have a look at a previous video call recording. Here we see a member and advisor using two-way Salesforce video calling. The member does not need to install a video app like Zoom, since they receive a meeting link sent by the advisor. We can view a summary of the video call and auto-generate AI meeting summaries. Now let's zoom into a retirement advice journey Iona has been through. We can see the stages of a retirement advice journey, from initial data capture, then fact find, followed by financial information gathering, attitude to risk determination, meetings held with advisors, by phone or video, then finally making a decision on options, for example, deciding to consolidate pension pots, then its fulfillment via back-end systems, and finally closing the journey. Let's go on now to our pensions annuities use case. A pension provider manages a workplace scheme for members. When near retirement, members can call the provider to get a personalised, full annuity quote from the existing provider or from other market players. Let's dive into the pension annuities sales showcase. Members nearing retirement call the annuities desk asking for a quote, which requires detailed health information. The Salesforce FSC demo is integrated with a live open market annuities quote platform from our partners AMS Retirement. Let's dive into the Annuity Desk Salesforce app. Here's an existing member, Alan, living in Edinburgh. He's been through several quote journeys in the past, and he's calling for a re-quote. In the Financials tab, we can see he has multiple pension plans with different providers. Let's start a new annuity journey for Alan. In this page, we see the same Salesforce data, allowing the agent to select which pension plans Alan wants to include in the annuity quote. He tells the agent to pick two plans and gives his withdrawal and tax-free cash preferences in order to get a personalised quote. The agent asks Alan to pick more options to personalise the whole of market quotes he wants. A medical assessment is required for a full quote, and it can be done over the phone right now, as well as digitally. Since Alan has the health information he needs, he provides it over the phone to the agent. The medical assessment consists of a standard questionnaire. The agent asks for his measurements and drinking and smoking habits, which impact quoted prices. Once complete, the agent is ready to retrieve live open market quotes from AMS. Quotes are returned, with the default being the provider's own. A range of further personalisation options can be chosen. The baseline quote can be compared to multiple other providers like a price comparison site. He chooses different combinations of options, and the agent tells Alan what the impact on the quote prices are for different option combinations. Alan decides to proceed with one of the quotes, and a quote summary is displayed, which the agent reads out. Once confirmed, documentation is generated by AMS, which will be sent to Alan by email. The illustration and the retirement health form must be signed in line with FCA rules. This will be done electronically using DocuSign via Salesforce, sending Alan a link by email. The agent can now jump back to Salesforce and view the new annuity journey just completed. All the quotes from that journey are available to view, ensuring a full quote history is retained for compliance purposes. Let's drill into the quote that Alan chose during the quote journey. In the quote, we have the journey stages, which are tracked during the process. We see the quote set to accepted, as agreed with Alan. All prior quote details are available to the agent, as well as easy access to the AMS-generated documentation within Salesforce. And finally, let's move on to our last use case, pensions contact centre servicing. Many pension providers receive tens or hundreds of thousands of calls and emails every year from members and IFAs. A contact centre agent handles members and IFA contact. These calls and emails can be quite varied, from changes to address through to complex queries about pension contributions, getting quotes, payments, and more. Now let's look at both call handling and email handling at a pensions provider through the eyes of an agent. Here we are as a contact centre agent on the homepage of the Salesforce Pensions console. Here we see an individual agent's dashboard with the cases they have worked, response times, and SLAs, giving an agent's performance view of personal, business, and customer KPIs. The agent is available to accept an incoming call from a member, Rachel. She has been identified in the IVR using caller line identification, matching her phone number to her member record in Salesforce. The agent accepts the call, then using the Verify Identity widget, checks the caller is indeed Rachel Adams, asking for her name, date of birth and postcode, giving access to Rachel's member record. In the center, we see a real-time call transcription. Now the agent pulls up Rachel's record, seeing her personal details, vulnerability indicators, her net worth and more. Having this complete view of Rachel speeds up call resolution. Finally, the agent clicks back to the live voice call. When the call comes to an end, the agent clicks the Case Wrap-Up tool in the right-hand pane. Generative AI auto-wraps and summarizes the case with the caller's issue, resolution, and the case based on the call transcript. Agents can rate the AI summary with a thumbs up or down to improve future model accuracy. The call and case information are now complete. The call transcript and recording are available for later listening, for example, for quality management purposes or complaint handling. In summary, we've seen how this combination of Salesforce capabilities reduces handling time, improves first call resolution, call wrap time, and case classification for root cause analysis. I hope you enjoyed the call handling showcase. Let's turn to member emails now. We'll walk through AI-powered email handling using Salesforce and generative AI. Let's see how we can speed up the triage, the indexing, and the routing of incoming emails. We designed this solution ensuring data is only populated by AI if it meets a predefined accuracy confidence level, with a human in the loop. As an example, here's an email from our member Stephen. He's moved from the Kings Road to East Putney and wants his address updated ASAP. He also has a serious complaint about being misinformed about payroll contributions and the impact on his pension pot value. Stephen sends this email to the provider, and it's picked up in Salesforce straight away by an agent, a feature called Email to Case. The case contains the email content and any attachments. The clever AI reads the email content and suggests what type of case it is. A workflow creates child cases since the email covers 2 different requests. The case created has matched the member's email address with their policy. AI has populated the case's work item type and work category used to route the case. Finally, the case owner, set to indexed automatically to show AI indexing. Let's send a second email, a change of address request from member Christine, again immediately ingested into Salesforce. The AI again determines the most accurate classification of the work category, although here it could not determine the work item type. The case has not been matched to a policy number, but AI has determined the products the email relates to. The AI then suggests a work item type as its confidence is below the predefined threshold. So a human agent validates that and can accept or reject the suggestion. Let's look under the hood now. Firstly, here's the AI prompt that drives the automatic case indexing and classification. If you look carefully, feel free to pause the video, you can see how the prompt determines its accuracy, confidence level, what to do in certain scenarios, and which case field values to choose from. Secondly, here's the no-code workflow builder, where the email ingestion, routing, and AI actions are orchestrated. It's a powerful Salesforce tool combining process automation and AI. You can see how a workflow is constructed with actions, fetching data inside Salesforce, decision points, and calling the AI prompts. This brings us to the end of the Salesforce demos, which I hope were informative and help set your sights on the future. So that's a wrap. We'll leave you with 4 key takeaways. First, leading UK pension providers are already using Salesforce FSC, delivering modern member and agent experiences. Second, a key part of a digital pension solution is integrating Salesforce with your pension systems of record and master data. Third, this integration powers personalized engagement through marketing and communications with members. And 4, we hope this showcase has opened your eyes to how EPAM and Salesforce are remaking the pensions experience for providers, outsourcers, and members.